Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Electra. I'm your artistic tarot card reader for today. This is going to be a short, and this is messages from spirit. I do have my fan up high. For some reason I need that vibration. Someone is emotional, who I'm going to bring through, but I'm actually bringing through names I've had. So for those people who don't know, my father, he died after his AstraZeneca injection. He had his AstraZeneca injection, and then it was like about less than 36 hours later he dropped dead. So he's my guide and he helps me with psychic stuff. I used to get psychic stuff fluently all the time, and I dream of things that would happen on the news and things, and it was horrible way to live, and I just wanted to always be a normal person, and now I'm what I call a normal person. And so there's only moments when the spirits can come in to get messages and merlots come through. Okay, so I'm going to start. So the first person I have a boy, a Benjamin Monteith. My mother, she's an only child. Her mother and parents were Millhouse, and her mother's name was Monteith. So I know there was a Benjamin Monteith there, but Benjamin Monteith, he's passed over. I do have just names at the moment, except for somebody I have a little later. So I also have, there are two people in life who are in a relationship and are passing, and they keep saying we just keep passing like ships in the night. And in a relationship but not 100% happy, but it works for them at the moment, but they're not 100% fantastically happy. I also have another name. This is from Spirit again. Her name is Francine McMahon. Francine, not Francis. Francine McMahon. She keeps telling me to say, make sure you say the scene. Francine McMahon. I have another person from Spirit. Her name is Sally Fiddler. And I also have a man. His name is Bernard Shaw. He calls himself a Bernard Shaw, and he talks of movies, and he shows me making movies but in an old-fashioned way, where there was cardboard paper that they used to use, and they would do like little tiny screens, like a miniature house set or miniature set, and then they would film things, and he shows me that, and his name was a Bernard Shaw. And I also have I have a lady called Betty. My mother's name was Beryl, but this is not my grandmother. I know this person's name is Betty, and they're saying about someone who, when they were a child, this is someone's mother who passed away. When they were a child, they had a fall into a pool, and their mum, who really couldn't swim, saved that child, and the person's mother was named Betty. I keep getting like a crocketer, or I don't know, I can't get that last name properly, but she says her name is a Betty, and I hope that helps people, and it's something people appreciate today. I do hope that you have a lovely day. I am going to be doing a reading of some tarot cards just in a moment, and I'm sorry I'm still in my pajamas, but I do hope that you have a beautiful day and there's kindness and love in your life. This is going to sound insane. I have, so Bernard Shaw. I have a man, that's where it's coming in. I have a man, and he calls himself Crockery Davis. It's insane. I've never heard anybody with that name before. But he calls himself Crockery Davis. Whether that was a term that people used to him or from him, but his name is Crockery Davis. I feel he was an older gentleman, an older fellow, someone, and I feel that he liked movies too, but he shows black and white movies, which are my favorite genre. Crockery Davis, and he shows me horses as well, and he shows me wearing a uniform, a war uniform, and I do get to say, I do want to say to all of you out there, remember, in life we all want to hear from spirits and different people, and we do, but the most important thing in life, this most important thing, is that we have to appreciate everyone in the earth, all the people around us, as they are, who they are. And remember that when you say goodbye to somebody, even if you're in a bad mood or angry, remember what happens if you don't see that person ever again. Always remember to try and end things as amicably as you can, because we don't know what can happen tomorrow. None of us do. But do know you are a special, loving, beautiful person, and that we don't know what any single person is going through. We don't know if this person who has just come to see you or knocked on your door or come to be served by you, or you are serving somebody, or is at school with a teacher, or the teacher is talking to somebody and has pupils. You don't know if their grandmother has just been told she's got days, mum or mother or father, moments to live, or that their person that is just standing in front of you buying something, smiling, not showing you what's really going on in their life, has just, after being 70 something years, lost their husband that they've had for their life, their same husband, and just lost them. You don't know what anyone is going through. We have to be careful, we have to be caring, and we have to always think about what we do. And for someone out there, somewhere, there is someone, whoever you are, that's wanting to know about pyramids. For some reason, I write things down on little notes to show you like scaling of pyramids that have a base like this and then go into a pyramid, but an 8-sided pyramid. So it's 8 equal sides, and they link up and line up at certain points, and it's they link up, this is going to sound insanely crazy, between planets. There's certain planets that they link up between, and the 8-sided pyramids, and their points link up, and they link up also to do with stars. And it's a higher being that has created these things, and it was done for a metaphysical reason, as well as another reason which I'm not too know about for some reason, but a metaphysical reason, and it's to help with the positivity of energy and the flow and the chi of energy, as well as many other things. But whoever there is out there that may be studying something like that, I'm not going to say they're real, because I'm told not to say that they're real, and what I'm talking about may be real, but I'm to say that whoever is studying or looking, I hope this makes some sort of form of spiritual awareness of a sign for you for something. And I'm going to end on this bizarre thing. There's someone out there that wants or has asked for some form of a sign from someone or something, or some reader, and it's to do with the Rubik's Cube. I don't know, but it's to do with the Rubik's Cubes, and it's to do with the first person who invented the Rubik's Cube, and it's to do with all that paraphernalia that went on when it first happened, and there was like competitions and all this amazing stuff happening. It was very complex for the brain, and it was using, actually I will say I'm getting something else differently. I am getting that people who suffer from dementia and things like the Rubik's Cube, this is metaphysically what I'm getting, is somehow just the movement of using the right and the left hand, the different hemispherics of the brain, which help the hindbrain, which is at the back, which is our primal brain that we have. It helps with the movements. Like a primal brain that we have is for our which is at the base, is for our like our breathing, our movements, our vital signs of vital life is basically in that area. And using movement and doing things that help that area of the brain, and like Rubik's cubes and just moving things and twisting and turning, even if you don't really know what you're doing or you're not sure what's going to be created, is something that will help people, because we are now living in a time, sorry, I didn't mean for any of this to go into a metaphysical talk, but I am. We are now living in a time when everything is on computers and people are not remembering things in the same way as they used to remember things. And many years ago, you would remember telephone numbers, not just one. You'd remember many different telephone numbers. You would learn because you'd be writing things down. So you would write, and as you're writing it down, you get it imprinted into a different area of your brain, so more or less from the frontal lobe area. And then it would go to different areas in your brain as you're inputting it away and testing yourself. Now everything is used using a light force mechanism. So you're using your rods and your coins, which are in your eyes, for light and darkness, and then you're using things and reading things, and then what you have, you read, you retrieve, you use, and then you dismiss, like the recycled bin, and get rid of. All of this way of living and thinking without like reading books and writing and doing things which we really need to do, even if you can't write very well, even if you can't draw well, it helps things. But things like the Rubik's Cube, there is something that is made within the Rubik's Cube that will help people with dementia patients to learn to turn, to move, to use different elements, which will help this sort of sporadic area around the brain, and also help the primal hindbrain area in actually the coordination, movement, getting things together, you know, doing little exercises like these. Because the way that we are living now, where everything is online, we just are being more like robots ourselves, where we're retrieving data and disarming data and then retrieving, because there's so much of everything everywhere. There is what's known as a sensory overload. So whoever is out there, if anyone's out there and watching this, just a thought for people with who may have the ability to create things like a Rubik's Cube that could be like a jigsaw puzzle with different images and pictures on the side, and you try and get the image to be created correctly on either sides or two sides or whatever, but a different way of looking at the Rubik's Cube, but used as a mechanism to help health and help people in life. My name's Electra. I hope this has helped somebody. I wanted this to only be a very short little reading. I will do a proper reading in just a moment. I know. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and from my heart, Sairam, if you're a Satya Sai Baba devotee, and God bless. And remember, you don't know what anyone else is going through in this world, so be kind. Thank you.